Iran's missile deterrent is a paper tiger. Intelligence. What's happening inside Iran right now is not what Tehran wants the world to see. Despite escalating rhetoric and public threats, intelligence assessments indicate Iran's missile deterrent has been critically degraded, its leadership structure disrupted, and its strategic leverage shrinking by the day. In this video, we break down what U.S., Israeli, and Gulf intelligence assessments reveal about Iran's missile forces, why the supreme leader has gone underground, and what the current U.S. military posture in the region signals about what comes next. If you want clear, intelligence-driven analysis without media spin, subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel breaks down the strategic reality behind the headlines. Khamenei is underground, and that changes everything. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has relocated to a fortified underground bunker complex beneath Tehran. This is not a symbolic move and not a temporary precaution. He has remained out of public view since the 12-day war. More significantly, day-to-day operational authority has reportedly shifted to his third son, Masoud Khamenei, who now manages the Supreme Leader's office and serves as the primary communication channel between the regime, the IRGC, and Iran's executive branches. Leadership does not decentralize unless survival is in question. This transfer of authority signals fear of assassination and a fractured command environment. The real damage from the 12-day war. The most consequential outcome of the 12-day war was not the destruction of missile stockpiles, it was the collapse of Iran's launcher infrastructure. Iran entered the conflict with an estimated 480 transporter erector launchers, or TELs. Intelligence assessments indicate Iran exited the war with roughly 100 remaining. Israeli strikes systematically targeted missiles while mounted on launchers, exploiting semi-permissive airspace and preempting launches before systems could be dispersed. Iran's underground missile cities preserved portions of its missile inventory, but they failed to protect the launchers themselves. Missiles without launchers are non-operational assets. They cannot be rapidly deployed, launched, or coordinated. Iran claims recovery. Intelligence disagrees. Iranian officials claim missile production has doubled and that launcher reconstruction is progressing. Some launchers have reportedly been moved into mountainous terrain to complicate targeting. However, Gulf intelligence assessments indicate Iran's reconstruction efforts are failing at scale. 8 months after the war, critical launcher systems remain damaged, incomplete, or inoperable. Production capacity exists, but integration and deployment do not. The bottleneck is not missile manufacturing, it is launcher survivability and readiness. What Gulf states are warning Washington about? Gulf governments have warned the United States that Iran retains short-range ballistic missiles capable of striking U.S. interests in the region. This assessment is accurate but incomplete. Short-range systems do not constitute a strategic deterrent against the United States. They are retaliatory weapons designed for limited regional strikes, not escalation dominance. Iran has already employed these systems against U.S. bases in Iraq and Qatar. Those strikes failed to alter U.S. strategic posture or decision-making. Canceled exercises reveal operational reality. The IRGC Navy planned a live-fire exercise in the Strait of Hormuz, likely intended as a deterrent signal. The exercise was canceled following U.S. warnings. Deterrent forces do not cancel demonstrations of readiness unless escalation cannot be sustained. This decision exposed Iran's awareness that its missile forces could not survive follow-on strikes. The Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group signals capability, not theater. The USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is now positioned within operational range, supported by Tomahawk-equipped destroyers, expanded missile defense assets near Israel, additional F-15E strike aircraft, electronic warfare squadrons, sustained logistics deployments across the region. This level of force concentration exceeds signaling. CENTCOM does not deploy this posture for negotiation optics. It deploys it to ensure strike capability is immediately available. Iran's threats versus Iran's behavior. Iranian leadership continues to warn of regional war and catastrophic retaliation. At the same time, the regime has removed its supreme leader from public view, shifted command authority to a successor figure, canceled military exercises, opened indirect communication channels with Washington. Threat rhetoric and survival behavior are diverging. That divergence matters. The strategic reality. Iran may possess approximately 2,000 ballistic missiles, but intelligence assessments indicate only around 100 functional launchers remain. Missiles without launchers do not deter carrier strike groups. They do not stop cruise missiles. They do not protect underground bunkers indefinitely. This is why Iran is talking without conceding. This is why negotiations appear performative. And this is why the strategic window is closing. Iran's missile deterrent is no longer the strategic shield it claims to be. Leadership isolation, degraded launcher infrastructure, and constrained operational readiness have fundamentally altered Tehran's position. What happens next depends on whether diplomacy holds or collapses. If you want ongoing intelligence analysis as this situation develops, subscribe, like the video, and share it. New assessments will follow as events unfold. Stay informed, stay ahead of the headlines.